My name is JAjL. I am a senior at Polani Senior High School.
My name is Jeremy Leblanc, and I'm a senior at Plano East as well.
Together we produce, hip hop like music.
Yeah, we do instrumentals for hip hop basically.
I guess what led us to it was a respect for the genre, and it's kind of a hobby that it's a form of expression. It's fun to do. It's calming when we're stressed and
and we've been listening to hip hop a lot because, well, one, we feel like it's a nice form of poetry. A lot of people think they see these generic hip hop artists with all these cars, all this money, blah blah blah. But if you really listen to the better artists who actually tell stories, I feel it's my favorite genre personally. So making beats for it, it's
being a part of that
yeah. It's a nice stress reliever. All this stuff happens during the week, and it's
a long day, play something soothing.
We can just sit down and make music and just kind of get. Another really good thing about making beats is you can get the emotions that you're feeling out onto the beat. You can totally translate how you're feeling, and I think it's a really nice form for escapism, I guess.
The equipment, software.
Crazy expensive.
If you are able to find deals on that, get it done. If you're a student, oftentimes Ableton, we know, will give discounts to students. So just do it because it's worth pursuing an art form, and it's a good form of relief. And
SoundCloud.
Yeah. Occasionally we'll have someone come in who's interested in recording something, which has never really panned out.
See, the life of a producer is everybody's oh yeah, we'll pay you $5-10 for a beat, and they never pay you for it.
If we'll pay you an exposure, it's you're 5 followers on SoundCloud will hear it's nice. Cool.
Yeah. But we thought about having hard copies, and it's listen to a mixtape, but
I mean, at the moment, it's more of a pastime than something we're trying to make money off of or worry about that. So it's just putting it on SoundCloud for whoever wants to listen to, even if that's just us.
Right. If we got the opportunity, I feel we would love to continue doing it. If Kanye West called us up and was hey, be on one of our songs, we'd be yeah, okay. But I mean, I think it'd be really cool. Yeah.
At the moment, we're not it's not. We're going to college. Both of us intend to go for a theater and acting. But if we continue doing it on the side, whatever it leads to, we follow it.
Yeah, definitely. You're gonna get a lot of artists that say, "Oh yeah, we'll record with you," and they won't. So you are your artist. Don't rely on other rappers. Believe in your music. It sounds so cheesy, but
no one will come through more than once.
Yeah. Every time I listen to music now, on the radio or whatever, I'm always judging it.
Yeah, you listen to it a different way after pursuing that. Just because in production, we're obviously you'll look at if there's a certain song that maybe it is by an artist who doesn't have the best lyrics, I can grow to appreciate that based on the producer that I may like.
Right. There are a lot we usually text each other a bunch oh, the production on this song is so cool, or oh, the beat on this is so cool, we have to sample this. Sampling is a big thing.
So you that, it gives you a whole new reason to listen to songs that, because a lot of this genre was founded by repurposing music. It's from a 79 Grandmaster Flash, Africa Bambaataa, all that. They would take records and just change them into something that was a different culture and more energetic, and so finding samples and repurposing them is really interesting. Finding new ways to listen to older songs or songs that wouldn't normally be for this genre,
super underground. We spend hours on end just looking underground soul music from 1970. It's just random stuff, but if you find gold, it's great. It's such a nice feeling because there'll be 1,000 people who listen to it on YouTube, and it's I can use this for my song now.
So it's a beautiful song that you can make different and beautiful in a different way.
Right. Making a different, like with the sampling, like making one older song completely different, like people can talk trash about like, you know, oh, the new generation or blah 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 blah, but changing something old to like fit this new generation, I think it's like such a beautiful thing, because that was beautiful in its time, and I think this has value in our time.
Music should always follow the time, whether that's the new music being created or ways to repurpose that music. And oftentimes people will like hear a song and it's like, oh, they didn't even come up with that, they stole that melody or whatever, but like it's repurposing, it's different than that. And while it's to be able to create music and like, you know, compose is an incredible talent.
Yeah, it's wild.
And but it's a different thing to sample, and it's an interesting process, and I think it's worth doing. It's not disrespecting the music. It enhances it, or enhances or changes, alters to a different form.
First, we get Monster. We get lots of like energy. You know?
Yeah, because it's like 12 a.m.
Yeah.
We have different processes. It really just depends on if we've heard anything this week. So like, this song that we produced last time on this computer was like, I was in a class and someone was like, oh, listen to this really cool song I heard on The Voice, and I was like, it sounded really cool, and I was like, okay, let me just sample that. And so we went into it knowing that we had something to use. But like this time, what we're producing right now. Yeah, my girlfriend was like, this song gets me like emotional, and I was like, go play it. And like in the end, like if we just like hear, it's just like we both have like a certain ear for it, you know, like if it's like a certain vocal or if it's like a certain melody that we can toy with, we're like, yeah, we definitely will use that. Mm-hmm. So we always start with the sample. Alright, so we'll find the sample, we'll cut it up, find how it will go into the song, and with that, we finish the sample, got our basic melody down, maybe like figure out a verse and a chorus, like the difference, and then we start
the whole instrumental process where it's like, you know, I usually start with just like a normal kick snare, and like the boom, sh, and then like I make it like, you know, have more layers to it. We just try to make our beats different from everybody else's too. Like if I'll hear something on the radio, it's like got a very simple percussion pattern, and I don't want that. Like I'm like, oh, they got success from it, that's really cool, like good, but I feel like if we like work really hard, you know, and like we make it like a lot different from everybody else's, then like I take more pride in like releasing that. Like, and we also have a lot of songs that we cut where it's like, this is trash. Like,
probably the final step in the process is like we go to sleep, wake up the next morning, listen to it, and it's like half the time it's like, we made this at 2 a.m, this is actually garbage. Like we just save it in the folder, and it's just like a bunch of terrible songs that we listen to as jokes now.
Yeah, and they're really bad.
Yeah.
Since we have like that base of similarity, like our differences complement each other. You know,
we will have our differences, but like if he's adamant about something, I'll support that.
Yeah, for sure.
And also we're both non-confrontational, so we're not gonna fight about a song.
Yeah, I don't care that much.
Our 13 listens on SoundCloud.
Yeah, exactly.
40 listens on SoundCloud. They're like, oh no. Yeah, respect each opinions. You're not always right. It's music. It's subjective. It's not. You know, it's not a fact whether it's good or bad. Everybody has a taste.
Your friend's gonna feel differently about some things than you are, and that's alright.
The world always needs more music.
Yeah, the arts are underfunded.
Yeah.
So if you're thinking about, you know, getting into the music industry, do it. And, you know, us being the geniuses in music that we are.
Oh yeah.
Well, I don't know, we'll like help, I guess. And like if you want to collaborate, we would.
I mean, Ableton is tricky to learn, so if you want to learn about Ableton, we can teach you that. We can't teach you how to make music, but we can teach you, how to
work it.
Import a sample or something. So yeah, I would. That's our final note. Is keep making music
and listen to ours.
Yeah.
It's capital J, capital A, lowercase j, capital L. just spice.
Entirely aesthetic, no real significance.
None. Yeah. We have 2 mixtapes. I don't know if you call them mixtapes. They just have beats on them. Yeah.
Listen to them. I mean, they're fun.
Yeah, they're cool. They're chill.
Do homework to them, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. Or rap over them and then record it with us. Yeah.
I enjoy a show called The Get Down. It was recently canceled after part 2. It's like a musical show kind of where it's about like the founding of hip hop and stuff and disco, the end of disco, and how those like overlap. It was canceled. Jeremy doesn't watch the show.
I don't watch the show.
So
I should watch the show.
He hates it.
Yeah, I always trash him about it because it didn't get a second season. And I think that's funny.
So there was one song in it that I liked. I had the ear for it, or I heard it, and so we sampled it.
Wait, it might not play.
Ooh, nice catch. Okay. So this is one of those times we came into it, and I was like, okay, we can sample this. So it's just like one part of the song, the final part of Up the Ladder, I think, off the album. I don't know. And so it's just like a vocal like riff, and we just looped it. What would be a funny story to tell is the what do we call it on the Book of Mormon one?
Oh, Baldwin?
Baldwin, okay. Oh, we play that one?
Is that 2?
3 maybe?
No, it's this one.
Okay, so this one was a funny story. So one of those nights when we couldn't find a sample, we were just like, sitting there, and I was like, you know what? Did you say it or did I say it?
Yeah, I said, I bet you can't sample Book of Mormon, which is like a musical. It shouldn't have any hip hop.
Which we make jokes like that all the time. Like we're just gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna sample SpongeBob or something like that. And so I took that as a challenge, and I looked at this soundtrack, found one song where it was just like one is what you're hearing. That's a sample. Then we grew from that, put in the drums, found instruments to throw in, and I think it turned out very interesting.
Yeah.
The sound it gave, we lowered it, we transposed it down, and it is completely unrecognizable. So I mean, if we released it, we wouldn't have gotten Copyright, yeah.
All right.
But now we would have because we just got outed.
Maybe one more.
Yeah.
All right. So I listened to 444 by JAjL, and he sampled this guy or this girl, and I don't know why I say guy. He sampled this girl, and she was kind of low key, she had just dropped a new album in 2016. Not a lot of people had listened to it, so I was like, all right, I'll give it a listen. And I thought her voice was super beautiful, and I was like, dang, we gotta get this on the track. So I texted Jake, and I was like, listen to this, and he was like, wow, it's beautiful. And so I just started toying with it. And this is kind of an example of this one is very sample heavy.
He pretty much made this one on his own. I came in and changed some of the chords in the chorus, but that's it.
Yeah.
Added one part. Yeah, hold on. Just wait one moment.
Yeah. So, and it was raining this night too, and I was like, this is getting your emotion out on one, because I was kind of it was raining, and I don't know, I felt like I failed a test or some stupid thing like that day, and I was like, I'm gonna get on a track. So
yeah, it's 3 more songs. So you can listen to the rest at soundcloud.com/JAjL, And if you want to hear the backstories, you can ask us, I guess. They're not all half that interesting, so.
Not at all, yeah.
Yeah, that's all we have to say.